We're here with Councilman at Large, Republican, Milan Chovan. Were you surprised to hear tonight, or did you know beforehand that there was some discussion about your hard work to get Milan, the City Police Department, up to a serviceable level? Were you surprised about that? The discussion took place at the Milan financial
the fiscal
recovery and
no, I mean I knew I wasn't able to attend the meeting, but I knew it was discussed there.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think your plan is in jeopardy at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you think it's
solid.
full speed ahead?
Yeah, I was just talking to Mr. Manson. I mean, he was at the meeting, and the state admitted that maybe once we reached that level of 44 officers, there would be significant savings on overtime. So it may cost a little bit more until somebody gets trained and they can actually work without supervision and to reduce the overtime hours. So we'll have a little bit additional cost up front, but in the end, there's no doubt that it's going to save us the money that I thought it would.
And this is exactly the thing local governments across Stark County ought to be doing, is long-term planning. And that's where the savings, it's hardly ever any savings short-term.
Yeah, sometimes you got to spend some money to make some money.
Right, so okay. On the issue of cuts, you heard Councilwoman Del Rio Keller's suggestion that you, council, at least look at the dynamics of real numbers if cuts were made 5-10%. Do you endorse getting that information?
Sure, I think you have to do that. Okay. I mean, if you don't have the numbers, you operate in a vacuum. I mean, I don't know if these kind of 5 or 10% reductions. I mean, I don't know if it's going to save us $20,000 or $200,000. I won't know that until we get all those numbers.
But it would be kind of surprising if council were to include in a revised plan. And of course, Councilman Manson indicated that he felt that the message from the restoration folks was that you tweaked the original plan some. But would you be surprised if cuts were a part of that?
I don't know. I mean, I think we should take a look at both. I mean, I don't think that we can afford to turn our back on a way to increase revenue, which would be, I don't care if it's income tax or property tax, but at the same time, I think you do have to look at cutting costs everywhere you can. And even if we find, let's say that Michelle's idea finds us $200,000, I think if we go ahead and we make that cut, regardless of what happens with the plan, you have a better message to take to voters when they know that we've cut everything we possibly can. So that's not a bad strategy, whether we get an increase in tax in one form or another or not.
What do you think of Councilman Lewis's idea? If there are cuts to be made, it needs to start with the elected officials?
I think that's a wise idea.